It's an urban space in the middle of a big 1970s roundabout.
It's like an underpass, basically. Like it's a walkway.
I like the whole sort of fact that it's like a roundabout and it's sunken, so you sort of half forget you're on a roundabout. You're in a city centre, but you're kind of blocked away from it all.
Even though there's all the traffic all around it.
We're in the middle of a roundabout and all the traffic's going round on the outside.
That particular place, you know there's never going to be any cars there.
You see the traffic, but it doesn't really bother you.
It's sub-level, so no one really sees it unless you're walking through it.
Kind of car-free zone. It's quite a large open space.
I like sitting in the middle.
In the summer, it's beautiful.
It's just a really nice atmosphere. Yeah.
You get so many people just lying on the grass.
It's quite a nice little kind of like a little oasis from it all and just have a sit and chill out.
I've never really sat on the grass because I've never been here in the summer, so I've never really chilled out in that sort of area, but I just like the general whole lot of it, sort of like one little entity sort of thing.
Just to come down and get away from the traffic. This would be just a little oasis away from that.
I think because it's just like, it's away from that kind of main shopping area.
Because it's kind of enclosed, so you don't really notice the traffic in a strange way. It's quite a private place.
I think maybe there's the contrast. Sitting here, you've got all the traffic going down the roundabout, but it's sufficiently removed. It doesn't impact upon me, and in fact, it probably emphasises the calm within. Yes, this is much more of an oasis, I suppose.
Even though you've got all the traffic noise and all the stuff going on around, you're not on the same level as it all.
It's striking in that it's actually quite a pleasant green space.
You do get quite a lot of insects as well. You see this massive dragonfly.
Really?
It's a peaceful area in the midst of the mayhem of the city.
The eye of the storm, that's what it is. With calm inside the eye of the storm, spinning around the outside, in the middle here, and then town just everywhere around you.
It's like being wrapped in a concrete blanket.
I think it's a place where people can relax. A bit of a still space, I think. Yeah, calm place in it's like a lake. It's like a lake.
But is that it's magical? You see the world go by.
A good people watching space.
It's lovely for people watching. Boyfriend, girlfriend had an argument. Old couple holding hands. Somebody telling their kid off. Somebody going to work.
I think because of the shape of it, like the fact that it's round, it's almost like a theatre. It's good people watching play.
There's a lot of people watching. There's a lot of interesting characters going on. And you get watched as well. It's brilliant fun. Yeah.
You get watched.
You get to see the characters and you see what's going on, and you can find out what's going on in the community.
Yeah, watching life.
You wouldn't think that this exists. It's really hard to explain. When you drive around it, you do notice there's something big inside. But actually, it's like a little community in here.
You get comfort of the same people coming through.
Just a sense of community, the people that everyone else seems to have forgotten that you meet down here. There's a lot of nice people down here that we've met that have just been in a shit situation and somehow like confided in people down here. And it's been like kind of, I don't know, almost a safe house.
Again, it's community. Everybody knows everybody else. It's family.
I've learned more in this last year since I've been down here about people and society than I have in the rest of my 40 odd years. Hello, you're right.
It's like a little community in here.
It's like a lake.
Sometimes it isn't peaceful.
Oh yeah, it gets a few ripples every now and then. A few stones thrown in.
The dogs are right, but no problem.
Pneumatic drill going off, a woman preaching down a microphone, sirens going on, people shouting, dogs barking. You don't realise how much that affects your mood.
There's a weird effect of the tunnel seems to amplify some noises.
The echoes in the tunnels.
I experience it as something really, really stressful because it sounds like someone is shouting and having a shout.
It is an edgy place, I think. It's just, even though it's right next to the city centre, it's sort of like, there's that edge of society feel to it.
Most people that come to the Bearpit only want peace and quiet.
It is a shithole.
It's striking in that it's actually quite a pleasant green space.
Architecturally, it's not a very welcoming place.
But totally underused, totally neglected, and become very run down and a kind of forgotten space.
Every time I enter the beer, I see what a shit on.
If it was all cleaned up, it wouldn't work.
You know, don't take its charm away because it is, you know, it's got that authentic feel to it, but it's a bit dilapidated.
Well, yeah, it's a bit rough around the edges, but you get used to it.
No, everyone said it was dangerous. I haven't felt that since I've been down here.
So there is often some kind of chaos going on out there. There'll be either shouting or somebody drunk, even if it's just innocuous, you know, kind of somebody from the bus station bumping a big suitcase down the step.
People told me about it when I had accepted the job, but it really wasn't that bad.
Bearpit was always kind of the place that everyone said to avoid when it got beyond a certain time of night.
In the night it's different. Evenings sort of less convinced about walking through sometimes.
No, I wouldn't come down here overnight.
Not safe, I guess, in the night, I don't know.
You know, things have happened here over the years, but very infrequently, very rarely.
No, that's right. After we moved in, I actually realised it was not as bad as, you know, I kind of thought that there might be gangs of marauding youths hanging around outside every day and that we'd have to leave out the back sort of thing. And actually, in the evenings, it hasn't really felt unsafe.
You know, you've got all these good things here. I think it's great. It's certainly better than it was.
It's a lot better than it used to be, actually. It's got a much better atmosphere to it. The fact that there's the stalls down here make it nice and vibe generally.
10 years ago, it was not a place you'd want to walk through public. I think it's fine now.
It has a high footfall.
You head in one direction, you end up in Clifton Village. You head in another, you end up in Stokes Croft. The next, you're in St George, St Paul's, and if not Broadmeads, and then Cabot Circus. It's a fantastic connectional hub.
It connects the mainstream part of the city to the more alternative side of Bristol, with Stokes Croft and across the road.
It's a transitional area. It sort of speeds up at certain times and slows down again during the day.
It's a place of movement, like people are just passing through.
This is the bumhole of Bristol. Everything has to pass through it to get to the city, right?
I always feel like this place is like, sometimes it's like waiting to become what it's going to be.
I would say this is part of Stokes Croft.
This isn't Stokes Croft, it's a Bearpit, it's its own entity. You could say it's Stokes Croft as much as you could say it was Cabot Circus, as much as you could say it was whatever that bit of town over there is.
Before I knew this area, I felt like it was definitely part of St James Garden, and that's almost the actual centre.
It's sort of like a bridge between the rest of town. It's a roundabout, it bridges Stokes Croft to Cabot Circus and Broadmead.
Now that we're here, it does feel like it has its own feel, and the city centre, as in the fountains and everything, are still somewhere away that way.
It completely stands on its own, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Bearpit does have its own feel.
I don't know, it's just not really anything, it is the Bearpit.